Alright, so here is a primer on deadweight loss. I will start with a philosophical explanation and then we'll do some graphical interpretation. So the philosophical interpretation here is that your consumer surplus and producer surplus are maximized where the market equilibrium is. So here's your consumer surplus, here's your producer surplus, and they're at their highest when the market is in equilibrium. If you would like to prove it to yourself, look at any other quantity besides 100, market equilibrium, and measure consumer-producer surplus. Here's one example. If quantity were limited to 90, we would have a drop in consumer surplus, right? Consumer surplus, the area under the demand curve, above the price, but notice that some people aren't able to make that sale. There's all these people over here that used to be getting consumer surplus that no longer are. Likewise, there's all these people over here, the sellers that were getting benefit from selling above their own cost, that no longer get to sell, and so we lose that area in red. That's your deadweight loss. And again, back to the philosophy, as long as you have people that were willing and able to make trades with each other, right? So everybody, all these people from 90 to 100, every buyer was willing to pay more than the seller was willing to accept. So those are good trades. They no longer happen. They were mutually beneficial trades, and yet something has happened. Either this could be a quota, right? This could be the result of a price floor or price ceiling that limits the amount of sales, either because buyers don't want to buy at that high price or sellers don't want to sell at a low price, and you've created a deadweight loss. So any interference in the market is going to create a deadweight loss whereby some people that wanted to make the transaction would have benefited from it, were willing to pay, the buyers willing to pay more than the sellers were willing to accept. For instance here, buyers are willing to pay $12, sellers are willing to accept $8. Those are mutually beneficial transactions that no longer happen. So deadweight loss sort of captures the idea of, man, isn't it sad that that there's been a interference in the market, and beyond just sort of talking about how it's a bummer, we can actually measure the size of the cost to society by measuring the foregone mutually beneficial consumer and producer surplus as a result. So that's your deadweight loss. It happens every time there's interference in market price or quantity. So your price ceilings, price floors, and quotas will always result in a deadweight loss. Hope you enjoyed it.